Hi and welcome. Today we're gonna write together. Do I consider myself a writer? Not really, but I'd love to be considered as such. So I've been writing, honestly, my whole life. I remember being like 8 and wanting to write a book like Journal Stilton. Throughout elementary school, I was writing mainly at home, writing silly things on my first ever computer or most of the time writing on notebooks that I was supposed to be using them for school, but instead I was writing on them. And then in middle school, we actually started writing to get grades, because I don't know if it's something that happens in every single country, but here not only we get tested on knowledge, so literature, but we also get tested for our writing. So the teacher gives us a general theme of what we should be writing about, and then we write it, and then we get a grade. I saw my friends, my classmates struggling and being like, oh my god, I don't know what to write, I don't know this, I don't know that. And I was like, what do you mean? It's not like normal for you to write down basically everything and it just turns out good? Apparently not. When I started high school, I had this amazing teacher the first 2 years of high school. The first thing that she made us write was a description of an object or something, or someone that had a deep meaning for us. Honestly, do not remember if she called me in class and made me read it, or if I voluntarily read it in front of the class. But it was homework. It wasn't a test or anything, so she wasn't grading us. But while I was reading it, she was extremely satisfied, and once I finished, was like, you are great, you write amazingly. I am speechless. That's not usually what happened, you know. First year of high school, kids write extremely shitty. She kept saying that to me throughout the whole 5 years of high school, even when she wasn't my teacher anymore. It was honestly such an amazing feeling to be recognized that way. I had this teacher for 2 years. Then third year of high school, I ended up in another class with another teacher, and at the beginning I was honestly scared, and I was a bit afraid that this new teacher wouldn't like my writing. But this teacher did actually love my writing too. Still questioning to this day if I'm actually good. I didn't thought about, you know, studying literature and getting a literature degree in order for me to get better at it. Once I finished high school, I went to university, and because I was extremely busy, always in class or studying, I didn't write for 3 years. And once I finished university, I kind of wanted to jump back into writing. I felt a weird urge to tell a story. I honestly don't know why, but I wanted to bring to life certain characters. So I sat down, I brainstormed a bit. It took me a while, honestly, to kind of find the right way to go. I honestly don't know if I will ever publish it. That would be like the dream, you know, having a physical copy of it. But honestly, there's this fear of people not liking it that I'm just like... So I actually had to kind of take a break from writing because I was sick, and I honestly wasn't getting any inspirations. I couldn't think of anything. One day, I guess I was getting better because I had this idea of a conversation that two characters should have had, and I started writing it down on my note app. Most of the things that I write them on my note app. Before starting writing on my computer, I actually wrote a few things on this notebook. It definitely helped to kind of brainstorm different characters. I divided a little bit better the story, so the main themes that I want to talk about, and I wrote down also the main characters, if you want, and their arch, and the main division of the story. So there's like the start, how the story goes on, the climax, which is mainly when like something big happened that kind of shifts everything around, and then the conclusion, everything resolves and things like that. Once I wrote that down, like all these things down, I was pretty much good to go, and I just simply started writing, and I am almost at 50 pages. Now let's go and let's start write something. So 10 days-ish ago, I had this idea for a conversation that I thought two of the characters should have. So I typed it down on my note app for the past couple of days, like yesterday and the day before yesterday. I simply wrote, like, if you want to define it, but kind of a bridge between where I arrived writing to this conversation. And I perfected the conversation. I made it a little bit more readable, if you want, and then I brainstormed kind of an end to the chapter, and I wrote the end of the chapter, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. And the best part is that one of my goals for March was to reach 50 pages. I did it. I'm really happy. I'm really happy about it. Now I'm just gonna brainstorm a bit for the next chapter.